The story is about the Rebbe's father. The Rebbe's father, Rav Levi Yitzchak, he was a rabbi of a huge area of Russia.
Something happened to your picture. It's gone.
No, because I covered it over. I'm sorry. I'm just a little bit blunted over here. There we go. Oh, good. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, so the Rebbe's father, of course, he was always under the observation of the government. They would have taken him and killed him in a moment, but they were afraid that the Jewish people would make trouble, and they needed the Jewish people for a lot of reasons. First of all, there were a lot of Jews, and they needed them for work, and there was other matters also. So they didn't just want to take all the Jews and just kill them all automatically. You know, Stalin he presented the veneer that he was a very cultured and merciful and person. So anyway, the Rebbe was he lived in this apartment building. The Rebbe, the communists, little by little, they closed down all the shuls. How did they do it? First of all, the young people, they convinced almost all the young people to leave Judaism. And the only ones that were, keeping Yiddishkeit were Chabad, and then there were other individuals. There was some Breslov, but almost all the Breslov died. They all died from whatever it is, from hunger. So one night that comes to the, sorry, they closed down the shuls. The superintendent of one of the shuls was a fellow called Grisha, a religious Jew, an old Jew. Old. I mean, in Russia, 50 years old was already old. And he, little by little, his shul there were no people coming. People were afraid to come. People were dying off. And there was no one coming to shul for the fact there is no minyan. You couldn't stand on the streets and yell out a minyan, a minyan. Religion was a thing that was very, very, if you want to call it, forbidden in Russia. So they finally came to him with an offer. They said, listen, we're closing up your shul. There's nobody coming to it anyway, but we're giving you an offer. An offer is you can become a member of the Communist Party, and we'll make you the superintendent of your building. And all you have to do is just report to us. Everyone that comes in and comes out of the Levi Yitzchak's apartment. Levi Yitzchak had an apartment in the same place where this Grisha lived. So this Grisha, he saw there wasn't too much future in Judaism anymore. No one was coming to his show. And there was a big future in communism. The communists were ruling over the country. And he didn't really get the whole philosophy of them, but nevertheless, he realized that this was, all the young people were going and becoming communists. So he, little by little, just sort of stopped doing the mitzvahs and stopped doing the Torah. And, he had no congregation to be with him. And he write down, he had the key to the door, the front door to the place. And sure enough, one day an old lady came to Reb Levi Yitzchak, and she said that she wanted to make a marriage, a wedding. Her son, and another Jewish girl. Now, to make a wedding, this is a religious ritual, outside of a synagogue, was totally forbidden. You couldn't have get a group. And even when they used to make in the synagogues, like, 3 of the members, whatever, there would be spies. Everyone in Russia was a spy. We have no idea. Anyway. So Reb Levi Yitzchak said, okay, we're going to have to get a minyan. And they established the time and everything. Now, who is this lady's son and daughter? Her son was a high-ranking member in the Communist Party. And the girl he was marrying was also a high-ranking member of the Communist Party. But they were Jews, totally unreligious Jews, but their parents were religious. right? Communists just swept across, just their parents or their grandparents, religious. So this lady, when she found out that her son or her grandson, it was her grandson, was going to get married, she said, but you have to get married to a Jewish wedding. He said, no way, that's stupid, doesn't make any sense. And she insisted and started crying and this and that, until finally he agreed. How he agreed, I don't know. It was totally insane for him to agree, because if he would have gotten caught, he would have gotten fired from his position and maybe put into jail. But nevertheless, she made a whole thing about it, and she convinced him and her. And sure enough, they came by separate trains, and they arrived in his house. And Rabbi Levi Yitzchak, he went around and he told people, and he got people, and it ended up finally that they were all there in his house. They all arrived secretly. Nobody, I guess, he arrived in the daytime. I guess he would only write down who arrived in the nighttime. Anyway, whatever it was. But they were missing one person. They had only 8 people and Rabbi Levi Yitzchak, and that was it. They were missing a minyan. You have to have about 10 people. So what are they going to do? It's already getting late at night. You can't go around on the streets looking for people. And this fellow Grisha, he writes down everybody who comes in and goes out. So Rabbi Levi Yitzchak goes down to Grisha's house, knocks on the door. And Grisha opens the door. He still has tremendous respect for Rabbi Levi Yitzchak. Yes, Rabbi, he says, I want you in my house for a minyan. A minyan? There's no such thing as minyans now. We don't have any minyans. The shul is closed. That makes a minyan. He says, I'm making a wedding up in my house. A wedding? In your house? That's a forbidden thing. I'm going to have to report. He says, you do whatever you want to. I'm making a minyan in my house. A wedding. I want you to come up. You're going to be the 10th person. He says, I'm going to be the 10th. Yes. So, okay. He went and he put his pants on over his pajamas, went upstairs. They made the ritual of wedding, marriage, the chuppah and the kedushin. They did the whole thing in 15 minutes as fast as possible. All the windows, of course, were closed. They only had a couple of candles lit. They made a l'chaim. And then that's it. Everybody departed back to the place. The men left. They went out through back doors. Who knows? They had a way of, they had to be clever. Everyone left, and Grisha still was there. The rabbi said, okay, you can leave now. You can do what you want. Grisha said, Rabbi, I want to give you something. He says, you want to give me something? What do you want to give me? He says, here, it's my communist party card. I'm not in their party anymore. From now on, I'm in your party. I'm in your party. Okay, being in the party of the Rebbe, what does it mean? You're going to be pursued. You're going to be like an animal. You're not going to have day and not going to have night. They could put you in jail, kill you. On the other hand, if you're in the Communist Party, they give you food. They give you honor. You can walk down the streets freely. You're respected. You have a card. You can go into meetings. You can go wherever you want to. I said, listen, I don't know how much life I've got left. The time I have left, I'm in your party. So we see that success is a wonderful thing. It's a very good thing. It's a very positive thing, but it can be our best enemy, worst enemy. It's nothing like the truth. Okay, see you everyone, 3 o'clock.